Dallas, it's a historic home. They love the look of a historic home.
Yep.
We've had this question before. Yeah. What needs to stay the same, because they're looking at doing some renovations on it?
Yeah, Megan on our team is kind of our resident historical home expert, and there's some debate over, do you call it a historic home or a historical home? And to be honest with you, our team's split, so I'm not going to tell you which one. Whatever you like is fine with us. The answer is impossible to give you in short radio form. I'll just say this. There are historic home districts in certain parts of the city, and the answer to that question will be much more restrictive in those areas, where you have what may be called a layover or maybe deed restrictions in those areas that says you must maintain the peak of that roof. You must maintain a metal overhang. You must maintain the picket fence. You must maintain a wood exterior, or you must maintain a mortar exterior, or there must be 80% of the exterior of that home in mortar, or things like that. So there are different restrictions in different areas. There are only really a handful of pockets throughout the Metroplex where there's a reasonable number of homes that have those types of restrictions, and Megan on our team would be glad to walk anybody through the step-by-step process of determining what are those restrictions and how do you get approval to make those changes. Some areas are as restrictive as you only have 4 or 5 paint color choices on the exterior. Others of them will tell you what you can do in regard to plumbing or electrical. Now, most of these houses, just for a general answer here, most of them will allow you to do whatever you want in regard to safety, like knob and tube wiring. Some people want to keep it for the nostalgia, generally frowned upon by electricians because of the fire hazard. But they might ask you to keep that single pane wood frame window, right? Now, they might allow you to replace it with a metal or a vinyl that looks like the single pane wood, but different areas will allow you to do different things. Now, if you're outside of one of those districts and you're asking this question from a value perspective or from a resale perspective, then it's a little bit different. A lot of times, someone that wants a truly historic home wants all of the things that the restrictive criteria would keep you to. You know, they're not there to save money on their electric bill. They want the old rope, single weighted windows, right? Now, those are a nightmare for keeping them straight. They're a nightmare to paint, but they're beautiful, right? So the person that wants that, but the good news here is they're likely to pay for that, right? They're likely to pay a premium for the less efficient, less current thing because it feels like an antebellum home or a Victorian era home, or it feels like grandma's house, or it feels like the farmhouse they grew up in, or whatever the case may be. Now, this was not part of the question, but I'm going to throw it in because that's the kind of guy I am, Brian. There's a huge trend right now of building one-day-old homes that feel like 200-year-old homes, and the big trend right now is sort of the French country, Victorian country, farmhouse style home. And so there are buttresses or peaks or the appeal of distressed, but you're talking about the newest of new in energy efficiency and core, infrastructure of the home. That's a whole nother art. And the balance of old and new there is more of a preference thing. We do a lot of consulting on what the resale value implications of that will be. And we're happy to do that for you as well at 214-310-0008, 214-310-0008.